Hey there. At the park, saw a lot of people walking around the track out here and thought I'd do a quick video about the benefits of walking. Walking is a great recovery day exercise or something to do in the evening to help bring blood flow, nutrients to the muscles, organs, brain. Great way to relax at the end of the day. But it's a good in that, like I said, on recovery days, because you're going to get blood flow and nutrients to those muscles without impeding your recovery. You're not going to do enough to wear them down or to slow down the recovery between your intense workouts. So walking, I don't mean the kind of walk you do at the mall where you're kind of window shopping and browsing and stopping. And no, I'm talking about where you actually get a little bit warm. You're getting your heart rate up around 65, 70% of max heart rate. Okay, you should notice it. You should feel it. It's a good brisk walk to really get the benefit of it. And again, it's not a replacement for something more intense where you're going for a 75 or 80% max heart rate or more, or for weight training. If you're just getting started with exercise, it's a good place to start building a habit, but don't get stuck there. Keep moving forward as you adapt, and it gets easier. You're making very little change or a reason for your body to change or adapt because the stimulus just isn't strong enough. Now, another great benefit to walking is to counteract what many of us have to do most of the day for work, and that is sit. Sitting's been called the new smoking. I don't know if I'd go that far, but it certainly isn't helpful. It is somewhat detrimental to our health, not only from being sedentary, but also from a postural standpoint or sit point. So look for ways to ideally stand when you work, or any chance you get to stand or walk, as opposed to just sitting and waiting like I am at the park for my daughter for her soccer practice to be over. But let me show you what the benefit of a walk can do to counteract sitting. Now, sitting, I'm going to show you. I'll give you a visual here. So that's why I'm kind of got this position this way and I'm hunched over, so you can get, you'll see. Okay, so sitting, when you sit, you're at a 90-degree angle here, and that shortens, muscle runs along here called the hip flexor, along psoas and several other muscles, but basically it tilts the hips forward like this. So it changes your posture. When you stand up, these have shortened. The muscles in your lower back have shortened and tightened up, right? So many of you feel back pain from sitting all day. That's why. This shortens up, and it gets used to being in this position because you've been in it so long and spent so little time walking or standing. So what happens when you stand up, I'm exaggerating a bit, but these are tight here, and these have shortened and tightened up to adapt, rather than sitting neutral, which is where it's supposed to be, with the bucket of the pelvis pointing straight up, and the low back is a little more elongated, and again, more of a neutral spine. Okay, so think about what happens if you're tilted forward and this is tight, and you bend over to pick something up, whether it's a child or something as light as a pencil. Okay, you bend over, you expect these muscles here to extend, and then when you come back up, they're supposed to contract and pull you back, and this is supposed to open up and give you support. Guess what happens? Those muscles can seize up here, tighten up, cause you some back pain, or maybe you feel it in hip. I often feel it in my hip, tightness here. And so that's obviously, over time, can lead to all sorts of problems. So what you want to do when walking is try to walk with your feet going straight in front of you. Now, if these are tight, the tendency is for your feet to kind of go out like a duck and go out this way, okay? I'm gonna back up just a bit more and try not to pull the camera over, is to go out in this direction. And you want them to go straight out in front of you, okay, when you're walking. Try to flex the glutes. Now, I know what you're gonna say. What are the neighbors gonna say when I'm walking around flexing my glutes, walking around the neighborhood? They're gonna think you're extra sassy, but nevertheless, it's gonna help your posture, and it's gonna possibly prevent a back injury. So keep the hips in front, go for the nice long walk, flexing the glutes, opening up here. You might even feel this stretching a bit or opening up, but at the very least it will warm up. You'll elongate your spine, okay? Keep your shoulders back, keep good posture when you're walking. And then when you get home, if you want a little extra help with that, stretch out these hip flexors. Get in a position where you can pull this hip back, okay, and stretch this out after you get home and you're warmed, right? Don't try it before, it might be too tight. But stretch these muscles out here that run along the front of the hip, okay? And since they're warm, they're more pliable and more likely to give without really, yanking and causing any kind of pain or tearing in that muscle. So if you like it, please share or comment. Happy to answer any questions. Talk to you later.